Hello everyone. Right, let's get this show on the road. So let's go here. You're gonna see my hair for a bit, but like I can't do much about that one. Truly sorry. Oh gosh, there goes my thingamabob. Right, should be coming through. Let me pick up the thing I just accidentally dropped. Ooh, there we go. Oh, hello, Di. Right, so, just a heads up that this video is live streaming to Facebook and Facebook and YouTube. So if one or the other is not working for you, you can just hop on my YouTube channel, or you can hop over to our Facebook group, Creative Family. Scrapbook Fantasies Creative Family. Oh, hello, Debbie and Sandra. So tonight we're going to be using Mum's new Word rice paper. I think I'm going to try and turn the fan off though, because it is just blowing it everywhere, and I kind of need it just to sit still, if you catch my drift. Anyway, and yeah, so let's get started. So I realized that tonight that we do mostly white or light color prime layers, because like I said, we have to prime all of our pages in this one in particular, because it's quite a thin book. So let me just make sure that we've only got one page here. Sorry. Oh, hello, Annie, Robin, and Tash. Can I have the fan turn off, please?
Yeah, coming.
Right. Yeah, keep it there.
Hey, before you get too far in,
Yes. Bending.
do you want any of the new special stuff?
No, we're using one.
Oh, do you want any of the others?
No, because that means I have to cut. Oh, and that one's not easy.
No, but there's rice papers.
I know.
There's cherry blossom rice paper.
I have to cut that probably.
You could tear it. There's flower rice paper.
Yep.
Moody florals and runaway princess florals. Look at that. You don't want me to leave them behind?
No, put it down.
I thought you'd want one of each for your stash, but oh.
Not right now. I'm gonna get in trouble for that later. Anyway. Might as well get on this there. I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble for that later. Right, I think we might have a colour palette. What do we think? Oh, hello, Diane and Diane. Two Dianes. Okay, so did that fix the problem? Not really. There we go. That should have fixed the problem now. Let's hope so. Okay, and let's pick up not that one. No, and yes, right. Okay. One minute. Just give me a second. I already yelled and they used once, and I think I want to hear me yell again.
Did you just decide you wanted them now?
I decided I wanted one of them. We're back. We went for a bit of a detour, but we're back. Okay, and just open that one up. Right. And palette knife. Oh, hello, Karen. Hello, Cheryl. So we're doing this for a reason. So what we're going to come and do is we're just going to come and put down some gel medium gloss. Because that's what I've got. I would prefer matte, but I forgot to buy a tube of matte today. So gloss it is. Just going to come in, stick these down. It's a bit more chunkier than what we normally stick it down at. I do know this. Do not worry. There is a point to my madness. Just coming in and using the excess. Right, and then what we're going to come and do is we're going to put down just a small bit there, small bit there, and a thin line there. And grab our scraper card, which is just a gift card or a gift card that you've already used. You've used all the money on. Just get the full potential out of it. Okay. And now that we've got that stuff down there, what we want to do is we want to come in and dry that first layer. Oh, I found my spritz bottle. So we're just going to come and dry this. We want it to be mainly touch dry for the next bit. And we did it in 3 spots because, as we know, 3 is the magic number. But also with scraping, it just helps to do. So if you want that thicker bit there, so we got more there, obviously, because we did like a line there and there. And the dot here we scraped in 2 directions instead of just one like this bit, which is why it's got a bit more spread on it. And then what we want is we want those bad boys. We want sequins, and we want. I was gonna use this one. I actually don't think this stencil is gonna do what we're gonna do in the next step justice. So let me just give me a minute. We need something a bit more holy, like a bit got more gap in it. All right, so we're gonna have a few issues. Yep, that might work. Okay, so what we're going to come and do is put this one down, and then we're going to grab our gel medium gloss again. I'm going to put it through the stencil. I know, we're stenciling something that is clear. And that is a glue. But I just want to show you how gel medium can be used as sort of a paste instead of just a glue. Yes, its glowing property is superior to a lot of other mediums, but it can also be used in a paste way. That makes sense. And I really shouldn't have lifted that. It's the best it can possibly get. Right. What I'm going to do is we're just going to sprinkle a few of these on top. Try and make sure it stays on there. Right. Come on. Oh, I forget how sticky gel medium is whenever I do something like this. Learning curve there again. There we go. And then just gonna stick a flower there. This is just a paper flower. Sticking it on the edge of the wing. I know you can't really see it right now. Please do give me a minute. It looks kind of like a mess. But I promise you it isn't a mess. You just have to have faith that it's gonna turn out to look something amazing. Especially considering that I'm sweating out my ring gear because I'm not having the fan on tonight. I am sick and tired of dealing with fan with rice paper. I'm sure all of you know how it is when you try and use like rice paper with a fan. Oh, it just, for ceiling fan, just it never works. I don't know how else to say it. It just never absolutely just makes it so difficult. Well, okay. So we've got that there, and then I swear I was going to put something else in this thing before I did the next step. And I do need to move kind of fast because this is drying because it is quite hot in the studio tonight. Like literally, I'm sure we could cook an egg on the surface right now. I just can't seem to find the tub of stuff I'm trying to find. This is interesting. Right, here we go. Sorry about that. So we're just going to come in, put that one there. That one and that one. Okay, right. And now what we need is... Sorry, I did like a really, really quick clean of my desk before I started class, and this is red. We are using red tonight, just a heads up. I probably should have warned you before we started, but we're going to use red. it is going to seep through the other page. So we'll be reusing red 2 nights in a row. Fingers crossed I don't regret this. Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit of our Lindy's Mist on and then a bit of water. Our water spritzer decides to work, and we want to get it into where we've stenciled and laid our string down. Now, the reason for this is quite simple. It's going to show us where we've put all of our detail. And then what we're going to come and do is we're actually going to soak up this extra bit of water here that we don't really want too much of on a piece of napkin, so then we can use that colour again. It's more of a pink. We can work with that. Definitely work with that, I think. Right. And then what we want to do is we just want to lean it. And then, yep. And then that. That's what we're going to do. Next is we're just going to leave that page there to dry. And then we're going to come and do something over here a little bit similar but different, if that makes sense. So the first step we're going to do over this side is we're actually going to put down some words first, because the words are going to go on top over here. So the words are going to be the background on this side. It's going to be a bit different, but it helps balance it out a bit. So we're attacking this, well, not attacking. We are doing this layout a little bit differently, not both together, but separate. So they're kind of going to mimic each other, but we're going to add and take away a few bits and pieces from what we did over here on this page when we do it over this page, here, over this side. And what this is going to guarantee us is that we have that nice follow through and it doesn't look so planned. And I do want my words up the right way, I think. I know I don't always have them up the right way, but I do think tonight that words up might be the best option. Okay, there we go. And then just going to put a bit of gel medium on the back. We're not going to put any on the front right now because you'll see why. You will in a minute. So with the string, we're kind of making similar texture to what we would do with gauze, but less structured. And sometimes I know some people find it easier to deal with string rather than gauze, just because of how finicky gauze can get and the fact that it doesn't always stick down. So we're kind of using string in that way as an alternative. Also, I have no blue, no gauze that isn't blue. So, you know, planning was key. Well, that's a bit more purple, actually. I need to buy some more art stuff this weekend, which I am due to do, so it's all good. So the next point we're going to do is we're not going to come in. So normally we do, I don't know if you noticed this with our layouts, but we go here, here, and here. Or we do some type of combination. We're just going to go straight in the middle. We're going to do nothing on the top edges, nothing on the bottom. We're doing straight in the middle. I'm clearing off my palette knife because I've got stuff on it that I don't want to end up in my tub. So we're going to put that there like so. And that's quite a thick bit of gel medium. I'll just show you. So you can see that thickness there. And then what we're going to come and do is we're going to put down firstly our string. So we're coming in grabbing our string. Don't worry about that, that's just the heat tool in the background. My fingers are a bit gluey, so this step is always a bit interesting when that happens. Right, there we go. And then that might be a better method. Glue my fingers. There we go. Put the seconds out of the way. Right, and then what we want is, I reckon we need a flare. What am I feeling? Purple one maybe? Go, tuck the flare in there, and then I think what we might come and do is put a bit more of this ink pad. So we're building up the layers. And then we're going to just put a bit of ink on, or Lindy's Mist, and then to wet it and let it do its thing. Right, while it sits there like that, what we're going to come and do next is we're going to try and dry it a little bit. Remembering our sequins are plastic, so. So we're probably gone as far as what we can for right this minute with the drying. So I'm just going to lift that up to show you. Now that it's a little bit dry, it still has a lot of ink and all the rest of it on it, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is, while that there dries a little bit more, what we're going to come and do is we're going to grab our words and we're just going to prep a few things. So first, well, we're going to come and cut. Oh, my yellow and black scissors are a little bit damaged because I did cut well with them once. Or twice. I don't suggest. Right, here we go. So we're just going to come in. And cut. Straight down those ones. Okay. Does anyone have any questions so far? There you go. And now that we've got those words cut up ready for when we do the next bit once it's a bit dry, I am too mesmerized. Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, so 1 minute. We might not be able to last with the fan much longer, but we're going to see how far we get. Because without the fan, it's just easier to create with, but with the fan, it's so much more comfortable. Right, so we've got this here. Now what we need to do is we're going to do some, like, circle stamping with our cardboard tube. Now, with this, though, because it's still wet, I want this colour to be opaque, so I'm using a heavy body paint. If you don't have a heavy body paint, which you'll see on the body, on the tube or on the bottle, well, on the tube, heavy body paint comes in tubes, heads up. But this here, so this is just regular acrylic. This is heavy body, and it says it somewhere. Here we go, like right there in the fine print. So if you don't have these, what you do is you add white paint to your usuals, and then it becomes opaque and a little bit thicker, or you add gesso. Now that will dull your color down a bit more, will make it more pastel. I don't really want my color to be pastel, which is why I'm using my heavy body tube tonight. But that is up to you. So what we're going to come and do is we're just going to push down some of that. Not with Lindy's. So if you were to use, like, you know, the Distress Oxide and Distress Ink reinkers, if you were to use those as your ink, if you added more water to them later, they would reactivate. However, not with Lindy's. That's why I am using Lindy's. So then if my art journal does get wet again, it's okay. But if you do use something like, 1 minute, I think I've got a bottle of it. This stuff, the surface layer of the ink will reactivate. So it's just what you want. I don't really want my red layer to reactivate, so that's why we used a Lindy's Mists. Okay, and then so we're just coming in and we're stamping it. So we're keeping it mostly in the middle. Now our stamping isn't going to come out 100%, but that is okay. That's because our page is a little bit wet currently. I just realized I'm wearing new pajama pants, or new like sport shorts type things. I don't know. I bought some shorts I could go running in at the gym, because apparently if you run in denim shorts, it's not very good or something, according to my parents. Anyway. And a new swimmer thing when I was down in Brisbane. I also put a dress, which was a bit odd. But anyway, so yeah, I just realized I'm wearing a new pair of those, so I probably don't want to get paint on it. Yikes, that was great planning. No paint on clothes tonight. It's going to end badly. I can feel it already. Okay, so we're just coming in and we're putting that one there down, and we're grabbing this one here. So because our red is still a little bit wet or moist, however you want to call it, describe it, it is going to mix a little bit with our paint, but that is okay because it's mostly going to stay its own color. And the point is that it stays bright. Let me get these cool little bubbles. Okay. I'm just going to do it a little bit more similar over here.
There you go. Oh,
Okay, good.
that looks good. Very good.
Add into the layers.
Always looks good.
I was planning to do the same thing with that one, but I just like how that one looks. Really, I'll show you. It looks really cool. Look at it. The red has interacted perfectly with the green, and same with that one there. So we're going to leave those two like that because it looks nice. And I didn't even try. But look at that. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to come in with our fat end of our skewer. And try and add some green dots in. This is probably going to be easier if we actually flick. Like, I do prefer to do it with the skewer end because it's a little bit more controlled. As you can see, you can guarantee where they're going to land, all that jazz. However, because we want to go with English, mostly a central, like all of our paint and focal point and everything important in the middle, and it's still very wet there, we're going to go in with flicking, which will take a bit more water than usual because it's a heavy body, but that's okay. Oh, hello, Kathy. And yes, I answered Diane's question. Excellent. Cool. Right, so we wet our fan brush beforehand. This step is necessary if you are trying to flick a heavy body paint like we're about to, because we're crackers. Dunk it a couple of times in that, and then there we go. Now that we've flicked that one out, we've dried that one. So we're going to come in and we're going to try and do round two. Round two of drying. Oh, okay, Sandra. Right, I tried splattering with the fan brush after seeing you do it and it didn't work. Okay, so there are a few sweet points with the fan brush when splattering / flicking. Oops, there we go. Really wet. Like nearly dripping, if not dripping. And if you just knew it, hold it as far away from the page as you can and at the very edge. So then you've got enough room that when you hit it, it's going to give you like a big flick. If you go really close and do these ones, you're not always guaranteed. So you go up high and you like flick. Oh, I actually didn't know how to flick. I wasn't very good at flicking in 2020 or watercolor. And I've done it nearly once a month now for 3 years, which is why we've gotten better at it. If you go to some of the first few videos where we used fan brushes for flicking, like back in 2020, nothing came out of that flicking process. Literally every time I had to go, oh, we're switching over to another paintbrush because I can't get this to work, or oh, we're going to do that manually because I couldn't get it to work. So it just takes practice and knowing where that sweet point is for you. And I'm flicking this around and you can barely see the paintbrush. I'm so sorry for doing that to you. The good old days. Yes, back in 2020 when I was 20. I'm now 22. Freaky moment there. So we're just going to come in with our paint pen. Do a few lines. There. And then we're going to come up in here. This is a bit more of the risque area because we still have wet glue up here, so we don't want to break the bit where it's dry on the surface but not underneath, so we don't want to break that surface. We're going in very lightly. Look at that. It did that without me even trying. Sometimes I have to like really bash it. Oh my gosh. That is a little bit annoying. I will not lie there. I only have to bang on the desk forever. It happens so naturally. Okay, and then here I'm adding this yellow paint pen marker because it matches in with our yellow sequins that we did borrow from Mum.
Mm-hmm. As if I was going to use them.
Okay, here we go.
What are you painting?
Something random. Have you had a shower?
Yeah.
Well, if you want dessert, you better go and organise it because it's 11 minutes after your bedtime.
Go get your brother.
I'm grabbing Dad.
You probably don't want to grab Dad because he'll notice that it's 11 minutes past your bedtime.
That's enough.
Yeah, but Dad's busy.
There we go. We're just adding these bits coming here. I'll lift it up to show you because I really have gone into the background, which is what I wanted. But yeah, it's a bit hard for you guys to see now. So these bits have just come out of where our main bits of collage are. And then, okay. So I think we're getting close. I'm just going to have another drink of water. Then we'll go on to the next step.
Missy. Anyway, kick her out.
Okay. Sorry. Right. I'm going to grab a little bit of that on our finger. And we're using, this one here. We're using our gesso to stick down a few of these words. Now this, a few of our rice paper words, this is going, the new Tranquility product, it's going to make our words opaque compared to everything else that's underneath them. It's going to make them stand out, which is what we want. Now, I do suggest gesso over white paint for this, because gesso's got the body and white paint will be all absorbed by the rice paper because it is a very absorbent material, remember. It loves to, like, just eat all the glue. Okay. Oh. So I'm being a bit quiet, I'm just trying to focus. Okay, right. Just flicking in that white paint, and then what we're going to come and do is with our dry flat edge brush, I'm going to grab a bit of this paint. There we go. And then see you in the morning.
See you in the house.
And now what we want to do is just come in and draw some small circles, some miniature ones. Right. Like it's just part of the background. I am going to try and highlight the butterfly a little bit more. I think what I might do is might come in with just a little bit of alcohol ink because it is a bit darker. So I'll highlight it a bit better. Just give me one moment. Where's my alcohol inks? Oh, okay. Right. So good. We're not using alcohol inks. We left them at work. So we're going to come in and do this in the manual way. Yikes. Right. This could either go really well or really bad. You get to pick. Right. Okay. Right. There we go. I think you can see that a bit better now. There we go. Actually, you know what? We probably do need just a little bit more. There, and then um, one second. It's nearly done. Right, there we go. Ugh. Oh well, it's all over my arms, but so that there is tonight. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Kathy. So yeah, that's tonight's thing. So tonight's class was mainly just showing you about how you could use gel medium not only as like a glue, but also a way as using it as a stencil or a prime layer, which is what we did. Which is why we still have the lines from our booklet that we're using. And it was also a way of showing you how you could use the rice paper at different levels, and mainly getting with like the new rice paper, and how like this one here, yes, you can cut it up, but we just ripped it and used random bits of it in the background, and you can see it here and here, and you think it might not do that much, but it actually is a filler and creates the first layer of texture. It makes your canvas unbalanced, or your area unbalanced, so you have to go in and continue working on it. And really just like gets your creative juices started. That's why we do collage layers, by the way. And by doing the gesto on the back of these words here, we're able to keep it mostly opaque. The red ink was still wet though when we came in and put them down, which is why it's leaked on top, but I actually quite like the blotchiness of it. Suits it quite nicely, and yeah, I think I like it. I hope you all of you like it. So thank you all for coming. we will be back. So if you want to see any of those new rice papers, we also have vellums and creative builders and fussy cut sheets on the online store in the what's new section. Tomorrow is the first day of the virtual retreat of the day to remember, like the virtual part of the hybrid. So we'll see you all tomorrow morning sometime. I do not know the schedule. I should. I know that. I know that I should, but I do not. So we'll see you sometime tomorrow morning. The in-store shop will be closed between 10:30 to 12:15. That is just because we are going to a very important funeral. And then if I can get words, and we'll be back tomorrow night on Open Facebook at 6:30 p.m. Queensland time. We're using our new collection, A Day to Remember, and you'll get to see all the goodies finally if you aren't in the virtual retreat. If you are, you will get to see how we use them over the weekend. So thank you all for coming, and have a great night. Bye.